In the world of business, the name Jeff Bezos often resonates with success. But did you know this tycoon was not born with a silver spoon in his mouth? Bezos, the mastermind behind Amazon, started his journey from a modest garage selling books online. His beginnings were humble, but his vision was grand. His idea was simple: to sell books over the internet. It was a small step, but it was the first step towards an incredible journey of success. Bezos's garage was far from the glossy corporate offices we associate with Amazon today. Yet, it was in this very garage that the seeds of a global empire were sown. He believed in his vision, and with each passing day he took small, steady steps towards his goal. It was his belief in the power of small steps that transformed his humble book-selling business into a global phenomenon. From a small garage to becoming the world's richest man, Bezos' story is a testament to the power of small steps. Success is not always about making giant leaps, but about taking small, consistent steps. Imagine a journey of 1,000 miles. It may seem overwhelming, an impossible task, but what if we break that journey down into smaller, manageable steps? Suddenly the impossible seems possible. That's the power of small steps. They transform the overwhelming into the achievable. Let's consider the stories of two individuals who understood the power of small steps: Walt Disney and Steve Jobs. Walt Disney, the man whose name is synonymous with enchanting animations and magical theme parks, didn't start his journey with a giant leap. His first step was setting up a small studio in his uncle's garage. It was there, amidst the oil stains and the smell of gasoline, that the magic of Disney was born. These small beginnings led to the creation of an empire that continues to bring joy to millions around the world. Similarly, Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, didn't begin his journey in a high-tech facility. His first step was in his parents' garage. Surrounded by workbenches and toolboxes, he and his partner Steve Wozniak assembled the first Apple computer. These small beginnings laid the foundation for a company that would revolutionize technology and communication. These stories illustrate that success is not about making a giant leap to the finish line. It's about taking small, consistent steps towards our goals. It's about understanding that every step, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. It's about celebrating the small victories, the small accomplishments that push us closer to our dreams. The power of small steps is not just about reaching our destination. It's about the journey, about the growth and learning that happens along the way. Each small step is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to adapt. And with each small step, we build confidence, resilience, and a belief in our ability to reach our goals. So remember, success is not just about the destination, it's about the journey and the small steps we take along the way. These successful individuals started their journeys with small steps, which eventually led them to create business empires. It's not just about the destination, but also the journey that leads to it. This is a truth we often overlook in our quest for success. We're so focused on the end goal, the big picture, that we sometimes forget to appreciate the journey that leads us there. Yet, it's the journey that shapes us, strengthens us, and ultimately defines our success. Consider for a moment the story of J.K. Rowling. Today she's known worldwide as the author of the best-selling Harry Potter series. But her journey to that pinnacle of success was anything but smooth. Her story begins not in a castle, but in a small apartment, living as a single mother on welfare. Her only asset was her imagination, from which she spun stories that would captivate millions. It started with an idea, a single spark. Then came the first step, writing the opening chapter. It wasn't a monumental stride, but it was a step nonetheless. Each word she wrote, each page she filled was a small step towards her goal. There were hurdles, of course, countless rejections, periods of self-doubt, but she persevered, taking one small step at a time. Remember, when Rowling was writing her first book, there was no guarantee of success. There was no certainty that her story would touch the hearts of readers or that her characters would become household names. But she kept going, valuing each step of the journey. And it was this appreciation for the journey, this focus on the small steps, that eventually led her to unprecedented success. Rowling's journey is an inspiring testament to the power of perseverance and the importance of appreciating the journey. It shows us that success isn't just about reaching our destination. It's about the lessons we learn, the challenges we overcome, and the growth we experience along the way. It's about the small steps we take, each one leading us closer to our goal. So let's not just dream about the destination, let's appreciate the journey with all its ups and downs. Because in the end, Rowling's journey is a clear example that small steps, no matter how insignificant they seem, can lead to great success. The power of small steps is also reflected in the compound effect. Imagine a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, it's just a tiny sphere, but as it rolls, it gathers more and more snow until it becomes a massive, unstoppable force. That's the compound effect, a principle that shows how small, consistent actions over time can lead to substantial changes. Let's delve deeper into this concept. The compound effect is like a silent river that carves a canyon. It's not about the immediate, earth-shattering change, but the slow, steady, and consistent actions that over time create a significant impact. Think of it as an investment. If you invest a small amount of money consistently over a long period thanks to the magic of compound interest, your investment will grow significantly. To exemplify, let's look at the story of Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest people in the world. He didn't become a billionaire overnight. He started investing when he was just 11 years old. Fast forward 70+ years, and he is now one of the world's wealthiest people. Buffett attributes his success not to any one big investment or a lucky break, but to the power of compound interest. Just like Buffett, we can harness the power of the compound effect in our lives. It's about making small, consistent choices every day. These choices may seem insignificant at the moment, but over time, they add up. Maybe it's choosing to read a book for 15 minutes each day instead of scrolling through social media, or choosing to walk for 30 minutes daily instead of watching TV. These small actions, done consistently, can lead to significant changes over time. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. It was built brick by brick, day by day. It's the small, consistent actions that, over time, create the grand spectacle. Just as compound interest accumulates over time, so do our small steps toward success. Persistence, it's the key ingredient in the recipe for success. Think back to the last time you faced a significant challenge. Did you give up after the first try? Or did you keep going, determined to find a solution? If you chose the latter, then you've already experienced the power of persistence, a quality that's often the difference between success and failure. Let's dive into a story that perfectly exemplifies this power. It's the story of one of the greatest inventors of all time, Thomas Edison. Many of us know him as the man who invented the light bulb, but few know the story behind this groundbreaking invention. Edison wasn't born a genius inventor. He didn't wake up one day and simply decide to create a source of light that would revolutionize the world. No, it was a journey filled with countless failures, countless roadblocks. Edison made 1,000 unsuccessful attempts before he finally invented the light bulb. Yes, 1,000. We can only imagine the immense frustration and disappointment he must have felt each time an experiment failed. But did he let these failures deter him? Not at all. Edison once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This statement is a testament to his unwavering persistence. Edison knew that every failure was a step closer to success. He understood that success was not a destination, but a journey filled with small, persistent steps. He didn't see his unsuccessful attempts as failures, but as lessons that would ultimately lead him to his groundbreaking invention, illuminating the world, both literally and metaphorically. His story serves as an inspiration for all of us. It reminds us that the road to success is rarely a straight line. It's a winding path filled with obstacles and setbacks. But with persistence, these obstacles become stepping stones, these setbacks become comebacks, and every failure becomes a lesson learned. Edison's story reminds us that success isn't just about taking small steps, but also about persisting in the face of failure. Let's wrap up what we've discussed today. We've journeyed through the power of small steps, reminding ourselves that every action, no matter how tiny, contributes to our larger goals. The importance of the journey was our next stop, where we underscored the value of each experience, each lesson learned along the way. It's not just about reaching the destination, but also about the wisdom we gathered during the journey. Then, we explored the compound effect, a powerful principle that shows us how consistent efforts over time create significant results. It's about sticking with it day in and day out, even when the progress seems invisible. And finally, we delved into the power of persistence, the ability to keep going, to keep pushing, even when the going gets tough. Persistence is what separates the successful from the rest. Remember, every small step you take today is a building block for your success tomorrow. Keep taking those steps, no matter how small they may seem.